Alright, got another Warhammer game. This is my Bretonnian versus an Empire list that beat me so badly a couple games ago. I'm using a list I've never used before. This is I'm kind of test driving an army that's has no Pegasus Knights and is heavier on the infantry. So for sake of time, you'll see the units as they move. Real quickly, I'll give you a shot of them. I've got Knights of the Realm with 2 damsels and a paladin, and that's the guy who's primed in the front row. General on a hippogriff. The mortar represents a trebuchet. Got big blocks of men-at-arms. You can see they're equipped with spears instead of halberds. You can see what my opponent has, kinda. Again, I'll just go through it as he moves them. But overall, he's got the Arc Lector on a War Altar. He's got 2 level 2 sorcerers and 1 warrior priest. Overall, 3 units of knights, and then other things that you can kind of see. Like I said, I've got the men-at-arms. I've got a unit of Knights Errant, 5 strong behind the hill. I was thinking I would just rush his war machines. I've got my babysitting BSB with the unit of 5 Knights of the Realm. So he's got the virtue of empathy. So he's back there to try to help the peasants hold, and then to squeeze through those units and provide flank attacks if I have an opportunity to do that. On the left, this is my brand new Grail Reliqueue. This is the first game I've been able to use it. And let me just say up front, I love that thing. I like how it looks, and I love how it plays. So very, very happy with that. So this is my second trebuchet, and this is my left flank Knights Errant with the Errantry Banner. So Empire turn 1, he swings his Pistoliers over on this side of the impassable terrain. He started out in front of the units on the Knights on the left. Knights on the far right are Inner Circle Knights, and he's got a Warrior Priest with him. You can see the War Altar. You can kind of see what he's just moving up here. He's got his swordsman with a detachment. The warrior priest looking model on the far right of this picture is actually a level 2 sorcerer. He's got the Hellstorm rocket battery and the cannon with the sorcerer with that crew. Over here, flagellants, a couple detachments, crossbowmen, and Knights of the White Wolf. I'm really excited. Give 2 or 3 months and his army is going to be painted. He's got a great theme going, and the ones that are painted so far just look great. So I look forward. I think I'll be playing this list against this list quite a bit, and I really look forward to how it's going to look when his army's painted. So maybe that's more of an overview of the board. Bad picture. I meant to show more of his stuff. So he's shooting at me with a couple cannons and the rocket battery. Kills a peasant. Kills the Knight Errant. Kills another Knight Errant. Overall, I feel lucky. So Brett turn 1. I inch forward with my Knights of the Realm. My general, that marker there says that he can't fly. So he just inches forward. I'm thrusting my infantry units as quickly as possible forward. My goal is to engage him in combat and hopefully they'll stick and just tie him up and then weave through my units with my lance formation knights. I think that's an advantage I have, that they're relatively narrow and can, get through the units and then maybe flank charge him in a turn or 2. So not sure why I put the Knights Errant on the hill. Certainly act as a magnet for all of his shooting, and not sure. I honestly don't remember what I was thinking. And there's a look at my left flank. I think I'm very strong on the left flank. He doesn't have a whole lot at the moment that can deal with my big block of Knights Errant. Take my skirmishing archers, shoot at his pistoliers. With 20 shots, I kill 1 of them. I felt that was pretty ineffective. My leftmost trebuchet blows itself up, which obviously is not very effective. My right trebuchet scatters off and does nothing. So Empire turn 2, he moves his pistoliers out of sight of my archers, and he's doing bait and flee tactic with my unit of Knights of the Realm, so that's kind of a hassle. He goes ahead and moves up with everything here. He's not afraid of my big blocks of peasants. You can see he's turning things over here to try to deal with my Knights Errant. If I charge his detachment, I'm going to hit the front of his flagellants, and I'm going to be stuck for a long time there. So I think that's what he's trying to set up. During shooting, I lose another Knight Errant on my left flank. I used 2 Knights Errant for this unit that I stuck on the hill. They didn't like that very much, so they ran away. Don't blame them. So what I thought I'd do over here is just charge my paladin out of this unit. He's got the virtue of disdain. Initially, I was going to put him with my small unit Knights Errant that was in the middle of the board, but on a whim, I stuck him in this unit. So I charged him out alone because I didn't think he'd flee from me, and if he did, if his Knights, countercharged my Paladin, I would flee with him, and then I would countercharge with my Knights to the realm. So we're kind of playing this game over here. Because that Paladin has Virtue of Disdain, he's got hatred against these Pistoliers, and so I think I have a decent chance of winning that combat. Take my Lord on the Hippogriff, charge him into the War Altar. I don't know how to handle that thing. You can't beat it through combat res. You have to just have a lot of high strength attacks, and the only thing on the board that I have that with is my General. Especially the only thing I have that's capable of doing anything to it. So I thought I'd give that a go with my General. So I'm able to charge my rightmost unit of men-at-arms into the front of the Knights there. You can see he took his level 2 Sorcerer out of that unit, and he's hiding behind that impassable terrain. I took my BSB out of my Knights of the Realm unit, and I moved the Knights of the Realm unit up over here. For one, they're providing a little bit of leadership for those men-at-arms, and two, my thinking is if I can hold up his troops with my infantry, I might be able to weave these guys through and get a flank attack later on. So over here, again, I'm just moving my infantry forward as quickly as I can. I brought my BSB, I'm hiding him from shooting, and I want to provide rerolls and leadership. Well, leadership to that unit of Knights. Leadership to the unit of men-at-arms to the right of the hill. More importantly, I want to reroll for the Grill Reliquary because it's Stubborn 8, and Stubborn 8 is pretty good, but Stubborn 8 with a reroll is fantastic. And I'm just thrusting them forward, hoping that he charges me with his detachment, with his Knights, maybe with his Flagellants, and those guys will survive, and I think they'll stick, and then they'll give me some options. So that's what I'm thinking. Take my Knights Errant, and I don't take the bait with his detachment. Instead, I declare a charge on the crossbowmen. They stand and shoot, miss everything. I'm able to just barely squeeze through that gap between his detachment and the woods, and then just barely could reach his crossbowmen. So that's what they did. My rightmost trebuchet blows itself up, so those trebuchets were worthless for me this game, but I still love them. So at the end of battle, my Paladin does beat the Pistoliers, but is unable to get out of the line of sight of his Knights, so that's not good. Lost 4 peasants, but they hold. My Knights Errant just totally destroy the crossbowmen, overrun. I was hoping to get off the board, but that didn't happen. So Empire turn 3. He charges my Paladin with this unit of Knights. I fled because I assumed that would result in a failed charge and I'd get a counter charge with my unit, but that didn't work out. Even a failed charge took him off the board. So that was a waste of a Paladin. I should have just held and maybe we've gotten lucky. My General, he did 1 wound on the War Altar, and then the Hippogriff gave up on that and went against the Archlector, did a wound, and I'm just in trouble there. I do not know how to deal with the War Altar. Let's see. He charges his swordsman into my peasants. I've got spears, and I've got 5 more guys in him, so I kind of like my odds in that battle. You can see how he double charged my Grail Reliquary, but because I'm Stubborn 8 with a reroll, I don't care that he gets all those flank charges. He turns his Flagellants around to threaten my Knights Errant. His Archlector heals himself and the Chariot of all their wounds, and then my Hippogriff is down to 3, has taken 3 wounds. So I'm really, really in trouble there. I'm just hoping I can hold out for a few turns, keep him tied up. So at the end of combat, I lose 4 more peasants on the right, but they stick against his Knights. My peasants on the left, he whiffs all his attacks. I go back, kill 4 guys, beat him in combat, but don't chase him down. But I love men-at-arms. I'm really a fan of what they can do. And even more, I love this Grail Reliquary. So it loses 4. I mean, they've got a 4-up armor save and the ward save, and then there's Stubborn 8, and then because I have the reroll, they stuck him in combat, and I think they'll continue to stick. So very, very happy with that.